Well, it finally happened. Finally, man. 16 years I've been waiting for this. To come on this show to talk about the Boston Celtics winning their 18th NBA championship. I'll even go as far as saying world champion.
No,
Boston
but they
Celtics.
didn't beat like a team from Ukraine or anything. They beat Dallas.
Line them up,
NBA.
because they will. And Drew Holiday and Jason Tatum are going to win the gold for the USA as well. So then what are they going to say?
Then they'll be world champs.
Then they'll be world
You can claim it
champions.
then.
Because you have to, in baseball, you've got to beat the team that wins the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah.
Because that's the highest end of baseball competition. But now the Celtics, 2024 world champions, did not trail for a second of that game. Only the third time ever that's happened. I was a little surprised to see that. Third time ever in an NBA Finals closeout game that the team led wire to wire. 82 Lakers, 86 Celtics. 24 Celtics. Even 08 when they won by 39 points, they at one point they didn't have the lead. In fact, I think it was like tied at the end of the first quarter in that game. But Braden, we've been on this journey and talking about it for months. And I'm having trouble putting it into words.
Yeah. I was, you dream about it for so long. Well, you stopped talking. So
No,
it's my
I
turn.
didn't. No, I want.
You dream about it for so long. And you hypothesize what you would do in that situation when it finally happens, and then it happens, and sometimes it can feel a little bit underwhelming. You hype it up in your head for 16 years, and then it's like, oh,
It felt pretty great though.
yeah. I mean, it always does feel good, but
There were tears. There were tears last night. By the way, I did go back to my tried and true watching the game method, which is all the lights off by myself alone in my apartment with my Celtics bomber jacket on. And it worked. The only time I didn't do that in the series was game 4, and it didn't work. I you know me, I'm a guy who orders in a lot because I don't know how to cook, and I'm a sucker for fast food. But I've done Canes. I did Canes for game 1 of the finals, so I just kept it going. Game 2, game 3, obviously not game 4. So I had to do it last night. And I actually didn't even want to. I was kind of sick of fried food. I really just wanted a peanut butter sandwich. But I got it. I only ate about half of it. But it worked. It worked. Anything to get the Celtics to a title. It was quite surreal. Mm-hmm. It really was. And I honestly, I don't even remember a lot of the game. I know Tatum had a really nice game. I thought he was going to steal Finals MVP away from.
I did too
from
for a
Jaylen
second.
Brown.
So did my roommate.
I think they do the voting in the second quarter.
Yeah.
So that probably helped. And Brown deserved it. I'm not saying.
Better series
I actually,
overall.
there was a text I sent in the fourth quarter of can we just do co-MVPs? Is this the year for co-MVPs? Because no one had a put their team on their back performance, which is, again, a testament to this team, T-E-A-M as in team, and the fact that they didn't have the best player in this series, and they still took him down. And it's kind of crazy to look back on. Before this series, a lot of experts in the know were picking Dallas.
Yeah.
ESPN as a collective picked
all
Dallas.
The way down the Mavericks.
All the way down, man.
Mm-hmm.
Luka's the best player in the series. Kyrie's looking for revenge. This is all Dallas. They've got the closers. They did not have the closers. Kyrie stunk again in this game. Luka honestly wasn't that great. He waited to the fourth quarter to hit a 3. Had some nice plays, but it was just nothing that was going to keep them in a game, and it was just a systematic beatdown. The Celtics went on a run at the end of the first quarter. They had another run in the third quarter.
Yeah.
But nothing backbreaking. No 20-2, no holding Dallas scoreless for 6 minutes. Nothing like that. They just wore them out. And I didn't even think they were getting great looks in the first half. They did start hitting threes in that second quarter, which we've been waiting for all series. but that's what they've been doing all year. There was one play that I thought allowed the Garden to blow the roof off.
Yeah.
So the Celtics have what I think it was like in 16 or 18 point lead. I don't want to do the math right now. In the dying seconds of the first half, Luka Doncic comes down, stop, pop, and one with 4 seconds left in the first half.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
In typical Luka fashion, he misses the free throw. Peyton Pritchard's on the floor for one reason and one reason only, and we have already seen it in this series. That might have been his only minutes last night. Seconds. He gets the ball beyond half court, probably 8 or 10 feet behind the the half court line. Gets the ball, puts it up, nothing but net. Like it felt like it was going in the whole time.
Yeah.
The building knew it. The Mavs knew it. Mike Breen
Yes,
knew
he
it.
did. He said, "Yes, this is what
He loves these
This
shots.
is what he does." Yeah.
Bang, bang. If there was even a sliver of momentum that Dallas was taking to be down 18 and have that nice play by Luka, just a little bit of hope. Done right there. One shot. Second time he's done that in this series. And from then on, it felt like it wasn't really in doubt. There were some moments, me being the fatalistic fan that I can be, I was like, where they would get it to like 17 or 16, and I was like, they're going to get it to 9. They're going to get it to 8 at some point. Like,
it was like some point halfway through the third quarter where they just started missing their shots.
Yes. The Celtics started doing that ISO.
Are they going to do it? Is it going to happen again? I started talking to my roommate about
in this series.
Yes.
And I don't know. Was there something you took from that? Like, the Mavs just didn't.
I don't know.
The Celtics kept playing defense. They held them under 90 again.
Yeah.
4 of the 5 games they held them under 100 points. Like, and 2 of them they held them under 90 points in the NBA Finals. I think that was it. I don't want to take away from that Celtics, but for as much as the Celtics couldn't get that knockout shot, I thought for most of the second half, the Mavs never had the run to get it back in it.
Mm-hmm. Did you see Kyrie at the end?
When he was dapping up everybody.
That was I was not a fan of that.
I mean, look, the Kyrie thing, I'm kind of glad to be done with it. I'm just kind of done with the Kyrie thing. There was a moment in that first half where he dove into the broadcast to save a play, like a really nice hustle play, and someone had gotten fouled, so they were at the free throw line, and at the free throw line, the crowd was chanting, fuck Kyrie or Kyrie sucks, one of those. And I was just like, I agree, but this dude just made a great play, like a great hustle play that we would love to see one of our guys make. You know what I mean? And I guess a fan
someone
had
said
yelled at him.
To him.
Yeah,
that's
Breen
what Redick
said that.
No, it was Redick. But it doesn't matter.
And he was like, yeah, it's disgraceful. And it probably was. I mean, like, it's one thing when he's flipping off the crowd or even after he makes a huge shot. But when he's doing a hustle play, like, come on. And I think he did get when he tried to dap up the whole Celtics team as he was being subbed out for the last time. I think there were some courtside people giving him some applause. But could you see when he did it to Missoula?
I don't think so.
It was very awkward. Missoula did not want that. I mean, he's a psychopath. He doesn't want that. He just,
there was still time on the clock.
Yeah, and he's like, Kyrie had to tap him to get his attention to try and get him to tap him up. Missoula did not want any of that. And man, that was great.
One thing else that bothered me. This isn't really about the game, but at the end, they're interviewing Jason Tatum. Mm-hmm. And we all know that Kevin Garnett, anything is possible. And at the end of his interview, I guffawed at this. When Jason Tatum goes, "We did it!" I was like, okay. When he
he can't have a championship moment, Braden?
It felt like he was trying too hard to create one there.
Come on, dude. Come on. There's a lot of people on my timeline who are like, dude thought he was KG. It's like, who cares, man? Like, these people are searching for anything. I mean, does he have the best Riz in the world? Probably not. But I don't care, man.
Yo, Kobe, I got you today. Remember
was I thought that was weird.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that he was wearing in that game. He was wearing a 24 purple. I just call me old school. No Celtics player should be wearing Lakers anything ever.
Was that an elimination game or was that
It was
the
game
first?
7? Yeah.
Okay.
And you know what, man? Idolize Paul Pierce. Idolize Kevin Garnett. You know, I mean, come on, Larry Bird, not Kobe.
Ray Allen?
Ray Allen was there.
Yes, he was.
And Paul Pierce was not. And KG was not.
Paul
They
Pierce-
had like a list of Celtics alumni, which Ray Allen wasn't on the list, I guess, that was leaked before the game. And it was not a good list. It was like ML Carr, who was the last guy off the bench in '84, great towel waiver, and like Grant Williams was there. Grant Williams was in the locker room during the celebration.
Was he?
With Brandon Miller and Harry Giles, 2 Charlotte Hornets. I'm like, what? Why is this allowed?
Was Harry Giles
and why do they want to be there?
Was Harry ever on the Celtics?
No.
Okay.
And he played with Tatum in college.
Oh. Wouldn't you hate to be Grant
Right?
Williams right now?
Or was he the next year? No, I think he played with Tatum.
You know, you played for the Celtics and the Mavericks
Yeah.
within recent years.
Yeah. Pissed a bunch of people off, and
Yeah,
now you're with
go
the
to the
worst team in the
Hornets.
league. Like, yeah, there was some video of Jaylen Brown, like coming through the tunnel after the game with his MVP trophy, and he was dapping some people up, and one of them was Grant Williams, and it was just like the quickest, "Hey man,"
Good to see you.
and that was it. Like, not, "Man, I wish you could have this with us," or like, "So glad you're here." It was just an awkward thing for him.
Glad
to
he
be
could
there.
make it out.
Yeah, it was weird. I do feel and I've mentioned this guy before in this run, and I didn't want it to seem like I was slandering the guy. And I love having Drew Holiday here instead, but I really wish Marcus Smart could have been there, could have been on the team for that. Like, he made some boneheaded plays over the years, and he could be really frustrating, but he was genuinely very proud to be a Celtic and was so huge in the Boston community. And like, that sucks, you know, as someone who was a huge part of the foundation of this team that has now won it. He didn't get to be there. Isaiah Thomas didn't get to be there and win it. There's plenty of guys that you wish could have had that didn't get it.
Gordon Hayward.
Probably not Gordon Hayward. Yeah, that'll be Gordon Hayward. That'll be an interesting footnote in Celtics history, I think, of how you think about him. But like,
Yeah.
Avery Bradley, you know, just a dog for a couple of years for the Celtics. Didn't get to be there. You know, plenty of guys like that.
Kelly Olynyk.
Kelly Olynyk. Yeah, why not? Kelly O. Yeah, so 16 years, Braden. I was in 5th grade the last time that happened. And it felt weird because this is the first time that I've gone through a real championship drought that I remember both ends of. You know what I mean? Like, anything over 10 or 15 years feels like a good stretch of not winning a championship, especially when you're good in a lot of those years, which the Celtics were. I'll say the same thing about the Bruins if and when they ever win it again. You know what I mean? It's like, it wasn't 86 years and it wasn't 20 years of just sucking, but it was a good amount of my life where they could not get over that hump. And they took those lumps. They have those bruises. They lost in a Game 7 that they had control of in the 2010 finals. They lost a series they had control of in the 2012 Eastern Conference Finals. They made the conference finals all these years since, 5 or 6 times since. Lost in the finals to Golden State. Lost at home in Game 7 of the conference finals twice. They've had bad teams. They've had mid teams. They have had teams that were just a few pieces away. They had teams that they thought they had all the pieces with Kyrie and they didn't. They've had teams that probably did have all the pieces but couldn't get quite over the hump. And now they had all of it.
I don't feel bad for your
16 years
drought.
later,
I don't feel bad for your drought. I mean, you know how long it's been since the Rockets have won a championship? It's been damn near 30 years.
Yeah, but I remember both ends, so it's great.
Okay. But you've had the Patriots and the Red Sox in that span.
Well, sure, yeah. I'm not denying that. I'm not saying this is like the most tortured
I
fan
don't feel
base,
bad.
you know? I'm not saying that. It's just the way the Celtics have been put down and memed in this era. It is really nice that they can't say shit anymore. Like, no matter what you want to say about these guys, champs, man. And I have added a cart on Fanatics, by the way.
Yeah.
For championship gear.
I thought about getting Celtics jerseys or Celtics gear just because they beat the Dallas Mavericks.
That'd be very nice of you.
Like kind of an enemy of my enemy is my
you.
friend. You know?
It'd be cool. Celtics championship shirt because of that.
Yeah. Just to spite my roommate.
Because you got a Mavs fan roommate.
Yeah.
That has not come up.
Well, he's away for the summer, so it hasn't really
okay.
been something that I had to talk
Bandwagon or no?
about. He's from Austin, so I think it's understandable.
I'll allow it. But I just remember having this feeling after 2008 of they're going to keep doing it. And that's what a lot of people are talking about today. You know, they're obviously the betting favorites for next year. Contractually, they'll have that whole core for next year and the year after. Then they'll have to deal with the CBA and the second apron and all that crap. But there's just no guarantee.
Mm-hmm.
There's no guarantee. We definitely thought there would be more than one after 2008, and there wasn't. So I will be making the most of this.
Yeah.
T-shirt and sweatshirt wise.
No hats?
I didn't love the hats, though.
Yeah.
I didn't love the hats. Typically, though, I don't know if you've noticed this, Braden. Recent years, there've been like a couple different iterations of the championship hats. Like they'll wear these like flat brims out there when they get the trophy, but then they'll do more of a subdued like curve build for, you know, older white guys like me to wear.
Yeah.
So if they do that, I'll probably get one of those. Nothing. This is a very quick aside. Nothing was worse for a championship hat than Baylor basketball winning the national championship.
Oh, yeah, those are ugly.
It was like
the white ones.
The hats themselves were like, okay. They were white and they had like kind of
gold
gold
specks,
tints, like confetti. And the writing was in gold, so it's tough to read. And it was the weirdest design of a hat I think I've ever had. I bought one, and it was like made to go down like this, basically. Like over your face, and it was very thin. It was bizarre. I was like, this is the weirdest look I've ever had. Anyway, so I like this has been a boring segment because I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. The Celtics are world
It was a boring
champions,
game
man.
too.
Sure, I don't care about that, but it's just like this is going to take a minute for it to hit me. I will tell one story about this journey. In 2015, a few of my friends and I, this was our senior year of high school, we had just gone through some of the worst weeks of our lives. And we decided to go to a Celtics playoff game. It was the first round against Cleveland, LeBron's Cavs, Sunday afternoon, game 4. They were down 3-0 in the series. They overcame a 20-point deficit in the second half. They had a chance. They had a chance coming out of a timeout to win it with a 3. And I'll never forget it, man. They set up a shot for Gigi Datome. You ever heard of Gigi Datome?
I don't think so.
No one has. And he missed. Cavs won, swept the series. And I just remember having that thought of there's going to be a day. There's going to be a day where the Celtics are going to set up a shot for someone at the end of a playoff game not named Gigi Datome, and I'm going to remember this moment. And I remembered that last night. 2015, it didn't necessarily feel like the start of something yet, but they hadn't missed the playoffs since, and so that really was the start of it without us knowing. We thought we were a couple years away from being a couple years away. We were a year away from drafting Jaylen Brown and 2 years from drafting Jason Tatum. But they were this really scrappy bunch that we just wanted to get out there and see. And there was a huge "Let's Go Celtics" chants after the final buzzer. Like, it was a great tribute to that scrappy team. And I just remembered that we didn't have to set something up for Gigi Tatome. And now we're the champs. Feels good.
Yeah, that was good.
Braden, what's the team that you want to win next?
The Houston Rockets.
You want the Rockets? Okay.
Yeah. It's not going to be next year.
The Texans are closer.
Texans are closer. Although I did see...
Baylor baseball?
That would be nice. Not going to happen. No. I saw something on Twitter.
Might never happen.
That in 2019 on June 16th, the Nationals had 33 wins. And on June 16th this year, the Astros had 33
All right,
wins.
Baby. All right.
So,
don't let them get hot.
Yeah.
They're going to bray you off the roster. Here
they
we
did,
go.
Thankfully.
Here we go.
No.
And that division's up for grabs.
It is. Well, we're down.
Seattle ain't even running away with it, really. I mean,
They're
it looks
10
like they
ahead.
are now,
Yeah.
but that's because you've got two teams in the West that have not played great baseball that should be playing better.
Yeah.
So if it was 15 or 16, which I know is a big number, but that feels like running away with it the way the Astros and Rangers have been playing.
But
What's it, 10.5? Is that what you said?
yes, 10.5.
That still doesn't feel like it, man.
And there's
least
still
from an
half the
outsider.
season left.
Right. Red Sox or Yankees were 14 games back to the Red Sox at probably this time in 78, and they won it. So, final thoughts on the Celtics, Braden. Where do you instant reaction? What echelon are you putting this team in NBA history? I know you're a big history guy.
I think not sweeping hurts them a little bit in my mind.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe it's probably still the top tier, but not
The top tier.
probably. I mean, 64
Which
wins.
would put us as put them at like a top 5,
No, not top 5 then.
top 10.
If they had swept, maybe top 15.
I'm putting them in the top 10.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Third best net rating of all time. 16-3 in the playoffs. Most 20-point wins of I think any team ever. Most 40-point wins in NBA history in the regular season. And 4 of the 5 games they held them under 100 is insane in today's day and age. I know it's not like it was even 5 or 6 years ago, but that's incredible. Anyway, Boston Celtics. Your, mine, our Boston Celtics 2024 world champions. God, it feels good.
We are Rogue Media Sports.